Morning, everybody. How you doing? Welcome back to the Spurs Talk Show. I'm Sean Butler. Well, there's Bugsy Malone. This is your Friday edition of Tottenham News, Views and Clues. How are you? I hope you're happy and healthy doing the things you love. I hope you're not getting wet with a t-shirt on because you didn't think that it was going to rain, and the second you walked outside the door, it was. I hope you make better decisions than I have this morning. Please do me a favour, guys. Like the video like you always do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Join the now 11,800 Tottenham fans that have gone before you. Welcome back to all of them. Welcome to the new. Hit the notification bell and drop a comment. I am getting absolutely soaked. Guys, look, I'll tell you what, this was supposed to be a really exciting week. People like Darren Yartlett, the new ITK guy on Twitter, telling everyone to get excited. He had the confidence to use emojis all the time. Winky-faced and heart-faced emojis. Getting everybody excited. You know what? When people like them, who have a track record of getting things right and being early of late, when they start saying things like that, you unnecessarily reset expectations on what was... I was okay with it being an okay week. But he told me it was going to be an exciting, a happy week. Very happy. And we got to Friday, and I feel like I've been rained on. Literally and metaphorically, because nothing has happened. Mickey van der Ven hasn't happened. The guy that I told you about, the guy that knows a thing or two about a guy, he still is very confident, but he's wiggled down his percentages. I don't know what to tell you. I'm just telling you what I've been told. But the rumours are out there now that Liverpool are sniffing around and might be gazumping us. Don't know if that's true. I mean, the rumours of Liverpool sniffing around were there from the start of the rumour, let alone they disappeared for a while. And now they're back. I don't know if there's truth to it. I honestly don't know what's causing the delay. Is it Daniel Levy being Daniel Levy? Hardline negotiating style. Although, for me, I don't think it's a hardline master negotiating style to have your number and then never budging on it and expecting everybody else to walk towards you. That's not good negotiations, that's just stubbornness. And it's a constant in the Daniel Levy track record book that drags out negotiations and burns bridges along the way. Because if you see every negotiation as a zero-sum game where someone has to win and someone has to lose, then you don't make friends. You don't get to reap the benefits of good relationships in the future. As I say, you burn bridges, and I'm not a fan of it. I'm really not a fan of it. You can see negotiations as a win-win if you choose to, and go in with good faith and try to find middle ground to get things done. And a negotiation doesn't have to be exhausting, but it feels like it usually is with our chairman involved. But I don't know if that's the case in this scenario, or whether it's Wolfsburg that are playing hardball, or whether or not it's Mickey van der Ven's head being turned at the prospect of joining a club that on the European continent has far bigger sway and pull and history than Tottenham does in Liverpool. We've been through this before with Luis Diaz. We try and get things done, and then Liverpool just pick up the phone and say, no, we want him to, and take them from under our nose. So I don't know what's going on. I'm still hopeful that it's going to happen, but I'm really disappointed that there's been no improvement and no happy ending to the week thus far. The day is young, but it would have been nice to have had at least one of our major positions filled in the centre-back spot, and that player be on the plane on his way to Singapore and Australia with the lads. You know, that's precious bonding time. Sitting on a plane for 24 hours. It's a nice time to get to know everybody. And if Mickey van der Ven does happen to come in but has to join the tour late, then it's just a little bit of a missed opportunity in my mind. What I would say though is, I think at this stage, even if the deal had been done yesterday, I think he still would have missed the flight because of work permit issues. But like I say, don't really have too much more to go on that. There are rumours starting to percolate though that if Tottenham do miss out on him and Tapsoba, Bugsy, come here. and Tapsoba, then where do Tottenham go from there? And there's a couple of rumours out knocking around. One of them is for the Chelsea starlet Levi Colwill, who I'm just going to tell you right now, it's never going to happen. Give it a whack. Tottenham will never be able to get him from Chelsea. He won't want to come to Chelsea. Chelsea don't want to lose him to anybody. Forget about it. It's not going to happen. If Tottenham are to move in a different direction with regards to centre-backs, then obviously you've still got the old rumours of people like Victor Nelson hanging around, Tosin Adarabioyo. I would like to see us go and get Hiroki Ito for the left-backs, for the left-sided spot, if we have to. But then you've also got kind of other players that aren't necessarily great fits for the position, but are probably capable of adapting. Players like Roger Ibanez and maybe even Gleison Bremer from Juve, who, as I said before, was a far better fit for Conte's system. Put him into Eric Dyer's role, and Eric Dyer's mistakes don't happen. The entire shape of the team looks better, and maybe, just maybe, had that deal transpired last year like it was going to at one point, then maybe Conte would still be our manager and Tottenham would have finished the season with, maybe 9, 12 points more than they did. So, sliding doors moments, guys. Sliding doors moments. You never know what would have happened. Whilst we're talking about Juventus, though, the only other kind of story that's worth mentioning, I guess, is the links to Andre Cambiasso. I think he's the son of the Italian footballing legend. Is it Esteban Cambiasso, I think? Yep. Look, don't know too much about him. He's a Juve player technically, but he hasn't played for Juve. He played for Bologna on loan. I looked into his stats. I looked into his performances on the Y Scout. And, here's what I'll say. He's a typical left back, but he's a front foot left back. He wants to get on the ball, kind of dribble and take players on in the final third. He's quite effective at it, but the actual conversion didn't really materialise into too many solid outcomes last year. I think he's like a sort of 70th percentile player in most of the things. He's kind of okay to good in everything. I wouldn't say he's exceptional at anything, and he's not terrible at anything. He's a good player, but is he a massive improvement on players like Ben Davies? I don't think so. In fact, I would say Ben Davies and him, he actually reminded me a little bit of Ben Davies. But like I say, I'm not proclaiming to know or understand too much about him. I'm just going off of what I've seen in the detail that I've seen it. Do I think it makes sense? No. But what I would say is that it does. This is the second left-back rumour of the week, with Mark Cucurella of Chelsea fame, ex-Brighton, him being linked. And then, of course, you have the Ryan Sessegnon story with him getting injured and undergoing surgery. And as I said on a video a couple of days ago, I do genuinely think that Sessegnon's injury is influencing the transfer strategy. Whether or not directly in the left-back spot, or maybe indirectly because of the money that Levy would have hoped to have been able to have raised, that then was going to get put and redeployed into getting deals like Van der Ven and Tapsoba over the line. I don't think that we should have to sell players to raise money to buy players. I think that Tottenham have got enough money in the bank. There's enough wiggle room with regard FFP. And I think that with this massive shift in transformation, Daniel Levy needs to go out there and find the money to deploy. And at the moment, I think that there's question marks over why that hasn't been done yet. But maybe it's just typical Daniel Levy once again. We'll have to wait and see. It's too early to tell. But Andre Cambiasso, for me, guys, is, I don't really see the value in the transfer. I think it's just another link with a Juventus player, because Tottenham need players, Juventus need to raise money. We have a relationship there, and the rumours are that Don Paratici is still pulling strings and doing the consultancy work from afar. Maybe he's the sous chef rather than the specific chef right now, but is he still cooking? Well, if he is, then he goes to Juventus to get a lot of his ingredients. So I don't know. That is that's the kind of state of the play for the moment, guys. It's not really too much else to talk about apart from, Harry Kane. Harry Kane's journey to Bayern Munich. Is it on? Is it off? Well, the rumours all day yesterday were about the fact that Tottenham and Bayern Munich, the officials there, met actually in a hotel. I think it was the Barclay Hotel in London, and discussed Harry Kane, and that there was no further breakthrough. There was conversations. The German press is suggesting that it is positive and they're moving in the right direction. but nothing concrete. And for me, listen, I don't know where we're going to go with it. I'm sick and tired of talking about it. On the other hand, you've got the 400 grand a week offer on the table, promises of post-playing career relationships with the club. What does that mean? Does it mean that you're going to do your coaching badges? Does it mean that you're going to be the ambassador? Does it mean you have, I don't know, some other role in the club? I'm not sure what it means. I think it's more of a kind of a gesture to say, look, if you sign and become that one player legend, then we will do everything we can to make sure that you're a legend within the club, on top of giving you more money than anybody else in the football club, rewriting and breaking almost the wage structure to get this done. We're just trying to show you that, you know, we're going to build you a trophy and we'll basically bend over backwards to make you feel welcome. Which would be nice to see. But in terms of like which way do I think it's going to go, at the moment I think it's a bit of a quagmire and a stalemate. I think at the moment he's not going to sign a new contract. I don't think he'll leave, and I think he'll see where he's at, where Tottenham are at in January, which is a pretty difficult position to be in. It's not a position that I really want to see play out because, you know, we're left in no man's land, and I don't really like the idea of that being the way that this is handled. I think there could be some mutual respect on both sides, but it is what it is, guys. Not too much else to talk about today. If there is, of course, I'll come back out and get soaked again and talk with you, or maybe I'll just do it from my desk. Maybe I'll do a live stream if something does break in regards the stories, but you know, right now, very frustrating. No Mickey van der Ven that we were promised, that I promised. Sorry about that. No taps over. No nothing. No nothing. Guys, enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your Friday. Stay out of trouble, you lot. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.